Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as Despina Drugas sings her rendition of America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood. From sea to shining sea,
Despina Drugas. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Paramount here in Huntington, New York for Rockin' Fights 25. Brought to you by Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing. Sponsored by Models. Gotta go to Moe's. WBAB 102.3, Long Island's #1 rock station. Camelot Limousine. The Inn at Fox Hollow, Anti-3, and Power Play. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Interim Chairperson Ndidi Massey, Commissioner John Signorelli, Acting Executive Director Eric Bentley. Your three judges scoring this contest from ringside: Ron McNair, Kevin Morgan, and Carlos Ortiz Jr. At the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Pat Sullivan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears the red and white. He weighed in at 156.6 pounds. His professional record, 1 victory against 3 defeats. His 1 win came by way of knockout. Hailing from Brooklyn, New York, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Phil, the Fighter LeGrand. LeGrand. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the red, black, and white. He weighed in at a ready 154.6 pounds. Tonight, he makes his professional debut from East Hampton, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Juan Mancilla. Mancilla.
All right, fighters, you received your instructions in the dressing room, okay? 3 things to say. Respect the sport, respect the rules, and show respect for each other. Touch gloves, come out to bell fighting.
Here we are in round number 1, 4-round middleweight bout between Juan Mancia and Philippe Legrand. Legrand 1-3. He's got 1 knockout to his credit. 33 years old. He's out of Brooklyn, New York. He is the southpaw with the red trunks, white stripe. And the man putting the pressure on him, got him in the corner, is Juan Mancia.
Pretty exciting first round, Randy. Mancia's first round as a professional fighter.
And he did very well there as he just pressured the 33-year-old Legrand all around the ring, had him backing up all round long.
Yeah, Mancia says Manny Pacquiao is his favorite fighter. This was his first professional fight, just got through round number 1, making his debut from East Hampton. First round action, Randy. Pretty fast-paced first round.
It really was. No feeling out there, especially on the part of Mancia, as he put on the pressure throughout the 3 minutes. And you're going to see Mancia as the right-hander, and Legrand is the southpaw.
Legrand lost his last 2 fights, a knockout in the 4th and a TKO in the 3rd.
And here we go, round number 2, scheduled for 4 rounds, middleweight division. Mancia weighed in at 154.6, and technically that's just over the junior middleweight limit. And same thing with Philippe Legrand, 156.6. So technically they are middleweights, but just over the junior middleweight limit.
Both fighters not shy about throwing punches because they're throwing them in bunches right now. And I think Mancia, that first round of his professional career, got the butterflies out. He's looking relaxed, and it's a pretty even fight so far.
And if you take a look what Legrand is doing, he's switching from southpaw to right-hander, then back again. I'm not sure he's doing it as a ploy. I'm just thinking that he doesn't really know what to do.
That was a nice left. Oh, Legrand's in trouble.
And he bumps into referee Pat Sullivan.
Legrand's gloves hit the ground, but Sullivan says carry on.
When those gloves hit the ground, you should call time even for a moment just to wipe the gloves if it was a slip.
Mancia feels like this is his moment. You could tell. He's going after him.
Nice body work by Mancia. Midway through round number 2, scheduled for 4 rounds. As the man retreating in some trouble, doing his best to stay on his feet. There he throws a hard left hand, backs Mancia up. But then he eats a right hand, eats a hard right to the chest, and another right hand to the chin.
Yeah, these guys are going at it, no question about it.
Legrand just landed a nice right uppercut to the chin of Mancia, who walked right into that one. But Mancia just keeps coming forward.
There's not much defense being played right now.
This is a debut for Mancia, and it's the 4th fight of the career for Philippe Legrand. 5th fight make it. He's 1-3. And Legrand throws that right uppercut from way outside. That is such a dangerous thing to do. You leave yourself open for a big left hook when you do that.
Yeah, he got tagged by a right from Mancia.
Mancia getting hit, but he's just walking right through the shots. Final 15 seconds of the round here in New York. You're going to hear that tap on the ring. Not at 10 seconds like most other states, but 5 seconds. I actually broke that rule in years ago. I call it Randy's rules.
If you made the rule, you can call it what you want.
There it is, end of round number 2. This fight has reached its midway point, scheduled for 4 rounds. And it was another good round for Mancia as he put the pressure on constantly throughout. There's a slip.
Yeah, there you see the slip right there. His gloves touch the ground. The referee saying not a knockdown.
Referee really should have wiped those gloves. Whenever the gloves touch the ground, you got to wipe those gloves off because they pick up some of the dust and the rosin that's on the ring. and then they could wind up in the guy's eyes. So you got to wipe those gloves good on your shirt.
Heard Mencia's corner telling him, stop headhunting, go for the body as well. So you know he's a little excited. First ever professional fight, but I think he's doing pretty well.
Very confident young man. Lives out east on Long Island, in the Hamptons, East Hampton, Long Island.
Known as
Does his training on the beach.
known as the rough part of Long Island.
Right. Known as the rich part of Long
Yeah.
Island. And you see, Legrand goes back to right-hander again, and now he goes back to southpaw.
Yeah, he's leaving himself open for a lot if Mencia can capitalize.
But this is the best part of the fight for Legrand so far. Thrown a lot of punches. He's eaten a few punches, but he's also landed a few. But watch when he throws his shots. Jamie, he's leaving himself, as you said, wide open. Those hands, every time he throws a shot, are coming down around his chest. And I believe they just banged heads.
Yeah, they did. But it's a good competitive fight right now.
Mencia appears to have slowed down a little. He's getting in close, but as he gets in close, he gets wrapped up just like that, and he also gets tagged on his way in.
His corner is imploring him to go to the body.
And he's banging away at the body now, but still leaving himself open. Both these guys need work on their defense. Much
They're going
better
at it.
round. Much better round for Legrand.
A lot of action here in the corner, right above us. Back and forth they go. I'm not sure how much damage they did, but it looked entertaining. There's some nice body shots.
Mencia, the right-hander. That's the way he stays with the black waistband.
These guys are going at it, Kamish.
And you wonder what the stamina is going to be if this thing should go to a fourth round. This is the third. Just over a minute to go here in round number 3. Scheduled for 4 middleweight bout.
He swings wildly, Legrand.
I think this is going to come down. This has been a much better round. It's still a sloppy round for Legrand, but it's a sloppy round also for Mencia. Walking in, throwing shots, landing some shots, missing some shots, but eating some shots at the same time.
I think the gas tank is running low now for both of them, and you can't blame them because they're throwing a lot of punches. Oh, there's a left by Mencia. Rocks Legrand. Legrand's in trouble.
Right uppercut by Mencia. Yes, Legrand holds on.
20 seconds left in the round.
Those legs of his are doing a Mr. Bojangles. They are dancing away. Buckling, wobbling.
Oh!
Big left hook by Mencia. What is keeping Legrand up at the bell?
What a round that was. I think Legrand had it until the final minute.
Rockin Fights 26, October 14. 10% discount tonight only.
From round number 3, that was by far the wildest round of the fight so far.
Yeah, you could see, I mean, these guys went toe-to-toe. Mencia back Legrand in the corner telling him to get into the body. He did just that. Legrand hit him with some punches as well. Legrand had the fight, won in this round, but Mencia came on strong in the final minute. You can see that left and the right. To Legrand's credit, he stayed up. I don't know how.
Mencia first missed with the right, but came back with a left hook, landed it hard, and followed up with another right hand. How Legrand stayed on his feet is beyond me. 4th and final round.
It's a great fight, though.
Up until that moment, I thought Legrand was having a pretty decent round, only because of the sloppiness of Mencia. They've told Mencia in the corner, you've got this one, go get him.
Oh, nice combination by Mencia. Legrand comes back.
Legrand won his professional debut back in February 15. He actually, I'm sorry, he lost that fight, won his second one, and then lost his next two. He is 1-3 and fighting his heart out tonight.
He certainly is. He needs to shore up his defense because he's getting tagged out there, but he's got a lot of heart, and so does Mancia. Nice right by Mancia, but Legrand shakes it off.
Another big right hand by Mancia.
And an uppercut.
That uppercut has landed with authority tonight about 3 or 4 times. They've all landed, and I don't know how Legrand is remaining on his feet.
He's a tough guy, there's no doubt about it. And Mancia, let's remember, this is his pro debut. Looking to go 1-0. Oh.
Midway through the 4th and final round of this middleweight bout.
Much more controlled final round here than the last one, which was back and forth like a video game.
Legrand stays near those ropes, pumps out a left jab from the right-handed position. He's been going back and forth all night long. Southpaw to right-hander.
And he's got those long arms, but it doesn't seem like he's using them to the best of his advantage. He allows Mancia to get inside constantly.
Straight right hand by Mancia. And again, Legrand takes a flush and remains on his feet. Pumps out a left jab, now switches back to southpaw. Pounded against the ropes and gets away to the center of the ring with about 30 seconds remaining in the 4th and final round.
Mancia is looking control.
Referee Pat Sullivan stays in close, about 25 seconds to go. Mancia just following him in a circle, lands a straight right hand. And Pat Sullivan steps in, has seen enough, and with about 15 seconds, waves the fight off. That is somewhat of a curious stoppage. He was taking a lot of shots, but he was still on his feet. He was still moving.
Yeah, it looked like someone from the corner jumped up and got the referee's attention and called it off.
That may be the case. And remember, in New York, this is a state that shows more safety, especially since that fight a few years ago in November when Magomed Abdul Salamov took a beating in a fight and then fell into a coma and had brain surgery after the fight. And ever since that time, they stopped fights quicker in New York than in any other state. Now take a look at this, Jamie. This was a round that was basically all Mancia, but I mean, he was landing some solid shots throughout, with Legrand spending most of his time with his back on the ropes.
Yeah, Mancia, I think, had the early slight edge going into this round, and he left no doubt because he won this round. He was the aggressor. He was efficient with his shots, and I believe that he will be 1-0 in his professional debut.
Well, we just witnessed a 4-round, a middleweight bout that was ended in the 4th round. Let's go up to ring announcer David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Pat Sullivan calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 43 seconds of the 4th and final round. Your winner by TKO from East Hampton, New York, Juan Mancia.
Well, there it is. Juan Mancia wins his professional debut. 2:43 of the 4th and final round. And in the ring right now is our Cara Castronova with the happy winner.
Congratulations, Juan, on your professional debut victory. How does it feel to win on your hometown of Long Island tonight?
Feels amazing. It's been a dream come true. Just happy everyone get out of the ring safe, you know? Me with a victory.
Were you looking to knock him out sooner, and were you surprised when the referee stopped the fight?
I was just going round by round. If I felt it, I'd go for it.
Congratulations, and look forward to seeing your next fight.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Me too.
Back to you, Randy.
And the winner there, Juan Mancia. You see him rocking Philip Legrand. That was first round action with Legrand slipping to the canvas. Mancia comes flying in, looks at the referee, did not call a knockdown there. And then later action in the fight, you see Mancia all over him, rocking him with a right hand, rocking him with a left hand, and it remained like this. It picked up in the third and fourth round. Legrand staggering, flopping away. Referee Pat Sullivan coming in and stopping the fight. Philip Legrand had a complaint, but you know what? It was a good stoppage. The winner, Juan Mancia.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Paramount here in Huntington, New York, we are set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing. Sponsored by Modell Sporting Goods. Gotta go to Moe's. WBAB 102.3, Long Island's #1 rock station. Camelot Limousine, the Inn at Fox Hollow, Anti-3, and Power Play. Your three judges scoring this contest from ringside: John McKay, Ron McNair, and Carlos Ortiz Jr. At the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Steve Willis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears the black trunks. He weighed in at 167.6 pounds. Tonight, he makes his professional debut from Farmingdale, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dan Canine Sion. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the silver and gold. He weighed in at a ready 166.2 pounds. His professional record, 1 fight, 1 victory, and that victory came by way of knockout. From Bayside, New York, ladies and gentlemen, Vincenzo D'Angelo.
And the referee takes them to the center of the ring.
Ladies and
Steve
gentlemen, both have
Willis,
instructions in your dressing room.
veteran.
Obey the commands and protect yourselves at all
This
times. Right now,
could
the roll line's going to be right
be
here. The roll
short
line's going to be right here. Tap it up.
and
Here we go.
vicious. Either way. Scheduled for 4 rounds. If you're getting up to get yourself a refreshment, wait a few minutes. Don't leave now. In the black trunks, Sion. In the gold-colored trunks, Vinny D'Angelo. I have known him since he's a kid. He comes from a fighting family. He's done MMA. He's done kickboxing. He is a born fighter. Golden Gloves champion.
And he looks as calm and relaxed as you can be, standing 3 feet in front of someone who's trying to rip his head off.
Watch D'Angelo's right jab. Even though he's fighting as a southpaw, something he's always done, he is a right-hander, so it's his right hand, both his jab and his hook, which are brutal.
Definitely a feeling out process in the first round. There's not much that D'Angelo can know about Dan Sion because Dan's never fought before.
D'Angelo just feeling Sion out, pawing with that jab. He hasn't really done anything yet. There's a hard left aimed at the body. This is truly a feeling out round, and I'm surprised that it's gone even this long feeling each other out. Over a minute into the first round.
Well, that's D'Angelo. I mean, he's really not doing much. He's just kind of pawing his way through, trying to figure Sion out a little bit, waiting for his shot.
Well, Sion also not wanting to get too close and to taste any power from D'Angelo. There's a stiff left hand to the body by D'Angelo.
Sion's also 5 years older.
Both guys have explosive power in their right hand. Yes, the southpaw D'Angelo, who is a natural right-hander. You haven't seen that right hand yet. He's just pawing out with it so far.
But you can see how good D'Angelo is on his feet. Anytime Sion tries to get in there, D'Angelo is able to just float away.
Another hard left hand to the body by D'Angelo. He's trying to get Sion to drop those hands and then come in with that right hook of his. Gets away from some shots. About 40 seconds remain in the opening round, scheduled for 4 rounds, super middleweights.
D'Angelo's quick. He popped him with a couple of jabs. Nice body shot there by Sion. Sion kind of lunges with his punches, trying to get contact with D'Angelo.
D'Angelo has some good defense. You'll see him make a little shoulder move here and there. There was a hard right hand to the side of the face. That one landed by D'Angelo. You can hear the tap on the ring. There it is. 3 seconds remain. Round number 1. Put it in the books.
Well, Randy, what do you think? I mean, that was pretty much a feeling out round. Tough to really give one fighter the advantage over the other. What do you have?
I'm really shocked. I was expecting totally, if I had to place a bet there, what's going to happen this round, I would have said there is going to be just blistering action that round. And there wasn't.
No, there wasn't. I mean,
Sion just came in. You saw him try a few shots and pulls away. A couple of shots there that were blocked and fell short by D'Angelo. But I thought overall it was more of a D'Angelo round. He was more in command. Defensively, he was a little bit better. Landed some stiff body shots and a couple of shots to the head with his right hand. A close round. I made it 10-9 for D'Angelo. Round number 2 coming up.
I had it pretty even, actually, myself. We'll see what happens if D'Angelo presses the action, if he's figured anything out here in round 2.
Danny Sion in the black trunks against Vinny D'Angelo in those sparkling gold trunks. Another left hand to the body, at least a try there by D'Angelo. And again, D'Angelo coming in, pawing with that right hand, and then gets away from some shots by Sion.
You got to give Sion credit. I mean, this is a guy that was an MMA guy and kind of fell out of love with the sport, he said, and started training again after taking some time off. And his trainer said, "You've got some skills in boxing. Why don't you just see how far you can take it?" And here he is in his pro debut.
I do give him a lot of credit for really never having had an amateur fight, going in against the guy who is a 2009 New York Golden Gloves champion. As much of a fighter as D'Angelo is, and you see D'Angelo getting away from shots there, bobbing and weaving, and then getting inside, wrapping each other up. Veteran Steve Willis breaks him up.
Definitely more action here in round 2. Both fighters getting into it. But Sion has definitely gotten D'Angelo's attention. I don't know if D'Angelo thought much of him going into this fight, but he's got his attention now.
Then he took a hard shot there, then got away from some other shots, just ate a stiff left jab, then pumps in his own right jab. In a battle of the jab, Vinny has to win it. But Sion is standing right in front of him, and that time eats a very stiff right jab. That might have been the hardest punch of the fight. Sion missing with a left hook.
The jab is there all night for D'Angelo. One minute left in round number 2. Been a pretty even fight, Randy, gotta say.
Yes, it is. I'd give the edge to D'Angelo with his movement, defensive ability, and he's been backing up Sion, keeping him at bay with that right jab. He pours out with it sometimes, then he jumps in with a hard right, left to the body, and then they wrap up like this. Steve Willis breaks them apart. 30 seconds to go, round number 2.
I thought Sion was going to revert back to his MMA roots there for a second. Sion connecting there. You got D'Angelo with a shot.
Sion with a try with the right hand to the body fell short. And D'Angelo again pawing with that right hand, drives a left to the body. Now they stand in close, start to trade. Most of those shots are missing. Final seconds of round number 2. They start to go at it. There's the bell. Steve Willis gets between them as they heat it up at the end of round number 2.
Great action to end round number 2. I tell you, the Paramount crowd, they're behind Sion. Farmingdale kid. I mean, maybe he's not a kid anymore. He's 32, but they're behind him. Great action there in round number 2 as opposed to the first round. Take a look at the replay here. Sion trying to be the aggressor, trying to make contact, backed him up in the corner. Good action here in the corner towards the end of the round. He's not very accurate, Sion, but he's very tough. You can say that.
Nice shots in there to the body by Vince D'Angelo. There you look into the corner of Sion. Ice pack being applied to the top of his head, his neck. Vinny looks fresh. Round number 3 scheduled for 4 super middleweights. Vinny D'Angelo in those gold sparkling trunks out of Bayside, New York. And Dan Sion out of Farmingdale, New York. Making his professional debut. D'Angelo 1-0.
D'Angelo said he borrowed his trunks from your closet. Is that true?
Yeah,
You had a pair of those trunks in your closet?
absolutely. You know, it's funny. I watched Vinny D'Angelo at about 10 years old doing MMA. About 17, 18 years ago, rolling around with his dad and his brothers. The youngest of several brothers, all fighting family. Nice body shot with the left hand by D'Angelo.
And Sion's coming back.
Vinny
Heavy
took the hard
punch.
right uppercut, then he comes in with a left right of his own. A couple of stiff left hands and then a right hand by Sion. They are starting to just turn their punches loose.
Sion's like a brick house. He doesn't really go anywhere when D'Angelo hits him.
Let's see if stamina, the one thing that Sion may have a problem with. You know, it's one thing to really train for your professional debut. It's another to be with a big, strong guy like D'Angelo. Hard left hand to the body by D'Angelo. Gets out of the way of the right hand. D'Angelo pressing the action, trying to keep Sion on the ropes. Driving short shots to the body. Referee Steve Willis lets him work in close. He's telling him, keep your hands free. Vinny leaning on him. Banging away to the body. Then goes upstairs to the head. Now Steve Willis breaks him up.
Sion tried to land with the uppercut before, just missed.
1 minute to go, round number 3. Hard left hand by D'Angelo.
I think Sion smiled, actually, after he got hit, but that could be a sign that he's hurt. Maybe stamina is becoming a
D'Angelo
factor.
pouring that pressure on now, Jamie. He's keeping his hands up, blocking a lot of shots, and then takes steps in. He's walking to the side a little bit, but also stepping in. Constantly coming in. Hard left hand to the head. Gets out of the way of a left hook. And now it's Sion who backs D'Angelo to the ropes.
Yeah, he used his MMA shoulder leverage to push.
D'Angelo spins him around. Hard left hand to the body by D'Angelo. Right hand to the body by D'Angelo. Keeping the pressure on, now he gets wrapped up. Steve Willis tells D'Angelo, watch pushing him down. Don't do that.
Final 10 seconds.
You're going to hear the rap on the ring again. 5 seconds. There we go. End of the 3rd round. Again, a wild finish.
Good round. Good round for D'Angelo. He stunned Sion a couple of times.
Nice action from that 3rd round. Sion puts the pressure on, gets the way out of a shot. Look at that right uppercut by Sion.
Yeah, he's been trying to land that all night. Landed it a couple of times. Not fully, but enough.
And then it was D'Angelo coming in.
Nice left by D'Angelo, rocking Sion there. D'Angelo definitely more aggressive towards the second half of this round. I give him that round. I would say he is leading the fight. entering this round.
Professional debut this has been for Sion. You're looking at D'Angelo waiting to get that mouthpiece, putting her up. Give me some water. And Sion stands up before that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fourth and final round.
Here we go, fourth and final round. Super middleweights. Dan Sion in the black trunks pouring out with that left jab against Vinny D'Angelo. And D'Angelo 1-0, one knockout. A debut tonight for Sion. What a debut it's been.
Very impressive, Sion. No experience as a boxer, but you can tell he has experience as a fighter. And he's given it everything he's got.
You know, on my scorecard, I got D'Angelo winning every round, and he's going to probably win this fight if he doesn't get stopped. And even though Sion will be 0-1, he has nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, you can tell by the look in his eyes, he still thinks he can win this with one shot, or maybe two. So he got 2 minutes left to do it.
I would say he's winged right now. He took a sharp left hand to the head, hard right hand to the head by D'Angelo. The hardest shots have been landed by D'Angelo. Drives the left hand to the body. Oh, then comes upstairs with the left hand. Sion has some kind of chin. Oh, whistling right hand goes over the top of the head. Sion missed that one by inches.
Sion may be running out of gas now.
I've got to give it to D'Angelo. He knows he's got this one won. He is not moving backwards. He's coming in, trying to make a war out of it. And that is always dangerous against a muscular, strong guy like Dan Sion.
Sion's not giving in at all. He still thinks he can turn this around.
I don't know if Dan Sion is a boxer, but I do know this. Dan Sion is a tough guy.
100%.
And so is D'Angelo. D'Angelo from a fighting family. Looks like he's on his way to winning his second professional fight without defeat. Just under a minute to go. Vinny held back on that one as Sion turned his back on him. And they fall into a clinch. Sion holds on tight onto the right arm of D'Angelo. Willis letting them work out of it, finally says, okay, tells D'Angelo, get those shots up. About 30 seconds remain, fourth and final round. D'Angelo still trying to make a slugfest out of it. He's coming in.
D'Angelo's looking to finish impressively. Give him credit.
Seconds remaining in the fight. And they're still in front of each other throwing shots. Big right uppercut just misses by Sion.
The first round was feeling out, but after that, both fighters let it fly.
Hard right jab by D'Angelo. Final seconds of this fight. Final bell will ring. There it is.
Good fight.
Vinny D'Angelo returns to his corner. And those safety mats put on the floor. Vinny D'Angelo standing on one of those safety mats made by Tommy Clohessy. In New York, they use the safety mats because they're like sponges. They just soak up all the water. And in many fights, you've seen guys slip all over the place in the corner. In New York, you're not going to see that. And let's see some of the action from that fourth round where Vinny D'Angelo never let up.
Yeah, D'Angelo had the lead.
Win it by knockout, Jamie.
He had the lead going into this round, and he didn't let up. He was the aggressor. Sion really didn't do much, and you can tell D'Angelo scoring at will.
He just kept unloading. See him getting away, a little shoulder roll there. A Mayweather shoulder roll, comes back with a left hand, comes inside, doesn't want to clinch. Their hands were free. It was an action-packed fight from basically from the second minute of the first round where they felt each other out. Then they started going at each other.
Yeah, first round was feeling out. You give Sion credit, and you give D'Angelo credit. This was only his second professional fight. We think he will be 2-0.
I have it 40-36 on my unofficial scorecard. Let's see how the judges have it. I have that man losing it, but you know what? Losing it in impressive fashion, not embarrassing himself at all. Dan Sion losing not only in his professional boxing debut, this man has never boxed before. And this man has a nice amateur record. He's also a Golden Glove champion, comes from a fighting family. I see a nice future for him. I don't want to see Dan Sion stop boxing. I want to see him continue going.
Definitely not. Let's go to the ring and David Diamante, who has the official score.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action here at the Paramount, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges, John McKay, Ron McNair, and Carlos Ortiz Jr. scored this bout identically, 39-37. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated from Bayside, New York, Vincenzo D'Angelo.
Well, all 3 judges had it 39-37 for DiLorenzo. I had it 40-36, so 1 round off of D'Angelo. I said DiLorenzo. D'Angelo, Vinny D'Angelo wins that decision across the board, 39-37. Our Karen Castanova stands by with Vinny D'Angelo.
Congratulations on your 2nd professional victory. Tell us about how you felt in there.
I felt good. I haven't performed in a while, so just getting my timing and getting back comfortable with everything. But overall, I was in shape, felt real good, and that was that. Put that one in the books, come back next time.
Did you want to knock him out?
I wanted to, but sometimes, things don't happen. You gotta slow it down, get a little bit. But next time, we'll get that one.
All right, looking forward to seeing your next fight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you, Kara. There's the happy winner.
More Star Boxing
Vinny D'Angelo.
coming up next.
The man is a Golden Gloves champion from 2009. 32-3 amateur record. Couple of years off as he went back to MMA a little bit. But now he's resumed his boxing career, and it is with stiff shots like that and some body shots like that and just constant pressure and real good defense. Vinny D'Angelo, 28 years old, is now on his way. He said it's going to be all boxing for him. He's 2-0, 1 knockout. He promises to be back in action very soon. Vinny D'Angelo, 2-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Paramount here in Huntington, New York, we are set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you by Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing. Sponsored by Modell Sporting Goods. Gotta go to Moe's. WBAB 102.3, Long Island's #1 rock station. Camelot Limousine, the Inn at Fox Hollow, Anti-3, and Power Play. Your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside: John McKay, Ron McNair, and Kevin Morgan. At the sound of the bell, your 3rd man in the ring, Pat Sullivan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the junior welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears the black with silver trim. He weighed in at an even 136 pounds. His professional record: 3 victories against 2 defeats. He has 1 win coming by way of knockout. From the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Saifullah Siksa Wise. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears red and black. He weighed in at a ready 135.2 pounds. His professional record: 7 victories against only 1 defeat. He has 1 win coming by way of knockout. Hailing from right here in Huntington, New York, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Johnny the Hitman Hernandez.
All right, fighters, you've been given your instructions in the dressing room, okay? Rules of the New York State Athletic Commission. Respect the sport, respect the rules, and most of all, guys, show respect for each other. Touch gloves, come out boxing at the bell.
Referee Pat Sullivan gives them their final instructions. In New York, as they do in just about every other state, they give those instructions in the dressing room. That's just a it's something that they do just for a little bit of show and to remind the guys certain things that they've talked about in the dressing room. Here we go, round number 1, scheduled for 8. Junior welterweights, Johnny Hernandez in the red trunks against Sifula Wise in the black trunks, the southpaw. Now, Sifula Wise comes from Philadelphia. He claims that he won the Philadelphia Golden Gloves from 2006 to 2011. That's 6 consecutive years. We could not confirm that or not, but he told us those 6 straight years he was a Golden Gloves champion. I think as we watch him in action, we'll know just what a good fighter he is or is not. 57-7 amateur record he claims. Now, Johnny Hernandez, who stands 5'6", about an inch shorter than Sifula Wise, he had a 17-4 amateur record. Both guys, though, in excellent shape, and you see what I call those beach bodies.
Yeah, I mean, this was you back in the day, Randy. No doubt about it. This was you. But don't worry, you still look great. Yeah, both fighters in great shape. Hernandez has won his last 3 fights, all by unanimous decision. Feeling out first round, as you may expect. This one scheduled for 8.
Johnny Hernandez with that 7-1 record. Only time he lost, it was a majority decision. That was back in June 2015 against Angel Suarez right here in the Paramount. And I asked Johnny later, what did you do wrong? He said, I just didn't let my hands go enough. And since that time, as you say, he's won 3 consecutive fights, all on decision. He said he's ready for his first 8-rounder tonight. Now, Johnny has been known to put on a lot of pressure. I think tonight you're going to see him doing a lot more in and out, using a lot of hand speed, which he does have. He has the shorter arms, but he's got very quick hands. He can be very rough on the inside, very tough. He loves banging away. But from the outside, I think you're going to see him try to outthink Sifula Wise, get close, and then mix it up like he's trying to do there. But Sifula Wise very smartly ties him up. Pat Sullivan breaks him up.
Wise has been very patient so far in this opening round, sort of feeling him out.
It's almost like a fencing duel to Sifula Wise. He's just holding that right jab out there, keeping his distance, gets into a corner, holds him tight. Referee breaks him up. Referee tells Johnny Hernandez, watch the head when you come up. Final 20 seconds, opening round.
Wise is very quick. You can tell he's a quick puncher. Gets a warning from the ref to keep it up. Final seconds of the opening round.
10 seconds ago at the 5-second mark, you'll hear that tap on the ring. And there it is. Put round 1 in the books. Johnny Hernandez, Sifula Wise.
Hernandez.
And in round number 1, Johnny Hernandez was putting some pressure on, and here he drives a right hand to the body, and then Sifula Wise ducks underneath.
Yeah, Hernandez was the aggressor for the most part, as Wise was basically playing a game of cat and mouse, and he was the mouse. But Hernandez, the aggressor, landed some shots, didn't seem to hurt Wise. Pretty much an opening round like you would expect, a feeling out round, but a round that I would give to Hernandez.
And I sense some round 1 jitters there. Both guys a little bit tight. There's his trainer, Dominic, longtime trainer, Dominic, from the Academy of Boxing, Frankie G's Academy of Boxing. Randy G, along with Jamie Stewart here at the Paramount in Huntington, Long Island, New York.
There was a big ovation when Hernandez came out, right around the block from Huntington himself, looking to put on a show tonight. Then, of course, the main event in a little while, Anthony Carperis headlining his first main event.
Nice left hand by Johnny Dez. Tries to mix it up in close, and he gets grabbed on by Sifula Wise, and they maul each other to the ropes. Pat Sullivan breaks him up and tells them both, watch that holding, but watch that grabbing in close. Remember, whenever you have a southpaw against a right-hander, their lead feet are touching each other. You're going to see the feet stepping all over each other, and they are very likely to be banging heads. A couple of quick jabs by Wise, which fall short.
Wise is looking a little more aggressive here in round 2.
But those hooks you saw are what I call basically safety hooks. You throw them hoping that the guy is almost walking in, catches them. A couple of nice body digs with the right hand by Dez. Well, you heard Dez catch that shot on his glove, and that was a slap.
Nice combination by Dez right there, scoring some points against Wise.
Johnny Dez really starting to break out in the sweat now. And in that ring, it's about 90 degrees or so under those TV lights. But yet, I don't see any real sweat on Wise.
He's a pretty calm guy. As we said before the fight we spoke to him, very relaxed. I don't know if he's too relaxed. Oh, he caught the hitman right there with a short right.
Johnny Dez does a lot of sparring with Anthony Carperas, tonight's main event fighter, one of the two. The two of them have been pals for years.
You hear the fans yelling for Hernandez to let it fly, let your hands fly.
Many times Johnny Dez comes diving in and he gets a little too close. He falls right on top of Wise, who then smartly holds on to him. Just like that, he bulled in, but he had his hands free and was able to bang away. Look at that body work by Johnny Dez. Might not have been really the most effective, but they were scoring, and the judges are watching that. Final seconds, round number 2. And they both walk back to the corner very deliberately, slowly, both looking great shape. And in round number 2, you see Johnny Dez putting on a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he did. He was aggressive in some key moments there. Backed Wise up a couple times. I don't think Wise has been as aggressive as he should be so far. And Hernandez landing some
Ladies and
punches.
gentlemen, don't forget to download the Star Boxing app. And don't forget, October 14th is the next fight right here at the Paramount. 10% off tonight, only from the box office. Go get those tickets.
Off balance in close. He's getting a little bit over anxious as he's in close. Take a look at that. Is that the picture of cool, calm, and collected in this hot arena?
He looks like he's ready to go to a backyard barbecue. But he needs to start getting amped up a little bit. It's time for round 3.
Now, I've got Johnny Dez winning the first 2 rounds, not overwhelmingly.
So do I, 10-9.
It's just that Wise is not doing all that much. He's doing a lot of the clinching whenever he gets on the ropes. When Johnny Dez tries to mix it up, and he does land a lot of those body shots. That's what Wise has to do, stay in the middle of the ring, use those combinations and fast hands. See, that's a safety first jab. He just pokes it out and then backs up with a keep away jab. Now he backs to the ropes. Johnny Dez tries to come and mix it up, and every time they get close, Wise ties him up.
Yeah, Wise looks like he's trying to maybe still figure Dez out, figure out his game plan of how to attack him.
Basically every clinch being initiated by Wise. See, they're getting close. As soon as they get close, he reaches out and grabs on to Johnny Dez. And now Pat Sullivan smartly says, you know, watch the holding.
Yeah, held him on the
And
back.
again. There comes a point in a fight when a guy just keeps clinching like that. Every time they fall into a clinch, the referee has to say something, really take charge and say, listen, I've been telling you about this holding. I tell you one more time, I'm going to take a point.
Hernandez
And again.
Hernandez smiled the last time he held him.
See, Johnny's trying to keep his hands free. And Wise knows it, too, because he didn't hold on there. He did his best to basically escape. And now he's holding on. He's got the left arm.
Wise is a little unorthodox.
Nice body shot. That was a chest shot. And let me tell you, that takes the air out of you. Another chest shot with the right hand by Johnny Dez and gets held one more time.
We talk about how calm the demeanor is of Wise, but he needs to do something offensively.
And again, Wise claimed to both Jamie and myself in the dressing room earlier that he won the Philadelphia Golden Gloves in 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 6 consecutive years. Looks to me like referee Pat Sullivan, a veteran in there, is getting a little bit every time that he has to break them up. He keeps looking at Wise with a little bit of disgust on his face. Like, very soon, I think Pat Sullivan might say something. About 10 seconds remain in round number 3.
I think Hernandez is getting more and more confident.
End of round 3. We'll see Fuller Wise in the black doing a lot of holding in there.
Yeah. Got to give this round to Hernandez as well. Wise tried a little bit, but not enough.
And here comes Johnny Dez. This is basically been Johnny Dez most of the fight, getting in close and getting held onto. As Fuller Wise just can't figure out Johnny Dez on the inside.
Now, it is a scheduled 8-round fight, so you can say Wise is sort of game planning a little bit, but
And he still looks calm. Doesn't look winded to me. It's just that he can't figure out how to muster any kind of real offense against the very aggressive Johnny Dez.
And Dez looked very, very confident at the end of that round.
And Dez starts it off with a hard left hand to the face and a right hand. And Fuller Wise back against the ropes and falls into a clinch again. And you wonder who's going to get more frustrated first, Johnny Dez and all the holding that's being done to him, or the referee watching it.
Well, someone woke Wise up a little bit because he's coming out extremely aggressive all of a sudden here.
And now it's Johnny Dez holding on. A little rough stuff going on, and Pat Sullivan has to warn them both.
Yeah, he gave both a talking to. Nice shot by Dez.
Nice right hand to the body by Dez. Wise with his back to the rope, pot shots with the left hand. Remember, Wise's best punch is that straight left hand. Takes a couple of left hooks upstairs, right hand to the body. Johnny Dez swims and bangs away inside. Fuller Wise ties him up again. That is his answer to every assault from Johnny Dez. Basically the jab and grab.
Oh yeah, when you're in trouble, hold on.
And that Wise goes to right-hander, and he's jabbing with the right hand, then holds on, pounds away with the right hand. The free right hand, pushed aside, stays as a right-hander.
But this has been a much more aggressive Wise in this round that we've seen so far.
Now Wise back to the southpaw position, flicks out the right jab again and again. Johnny Dez comes in, lands the right hand. The crowd explodes. Remember, Johnny Dez is their man. Anything he lands that resembles a hard shot, the crowd's going to go crazy.
Dez doesn't appear to be hurt at any time so far during this fight. He's finally showing some life offensively as they both
Very physical fight. Pat Sullivan says, come on, listen to me. Johnny Dez spins him on the ropes. Right hand to the head by Johnny Dez. And again, Fuller Wise falls into a clinch.
Yeah, Dez is trying to be the aggressor, and Wise continues to clutch as soon as he's in trouble. Wise has quick hands at the turnaround there as the referee has to once again get in there.
Now there is Pat Sullivan saying, come on, enough with the holding. A clinch is a defensive tactical maneuver. But this is clutching. Constant clutching and grabbing. And I guarantee you, Pat Sullivan will take points if we continue to go round after round with the holding on.
And did you see at the end of the round, Hernandez basically stuck his tongue out to his fans in the crowd, basically saying, I've got this. Well, I've got it 4 rounds to none.
It's
Hernandez.
hard to give any round to Sifula Wise, fighting very defensively and holding on. Take a look at some of that action from round number 4, Jamie.
Yeah, Wise started out more aggressive than he had been, but Hernandez countered and pushed Wise back into the corner and basically was popping off shots. Hernandez has an answer for everything Wise has done, which hasn't been much.
I would actually tell Hernandez in the corner, you know what, stop crowding him. When you crowd him, he's grabbing you. Don't give him that extra inch. Stay back a little bit, keep your hands free, and turn this into a shootout.
Well, I think Wise actually looks a little tired for the first time in the fight.
Yes, he does. Sifula Wise is being sent to a neutral corner, and timeout is called by Pat Sullivan. Sifula Wise in the black trunks, 3 wins, 2 losses, no draws. He's got 1 knockout in those 3 wins. Johnny Dez in his 7 wins has but 1 knockout. He basically paints his way, just touching his guy over and over again with 2 fast hands, big body puncher, and he's trying those body shots tonight. There's a pot shot by the southpaw Wise, again with the left hand, and again with the left hand, and gets out of the way of a left hook by Johnny Dez. Better round for Wise so far, popping and moving.
He's got quick hands when he uses them.
As we approach the 1 minute gone in round number 5 round. This is so far the best round for Sifula Wise. Now it's not, as Johnny Dez assaults him. And there's that room that I told you about. He can't get too close. Got to give himself a little bit of room, but as he gets close, Sifula Wise wraps him up.
Clearly that's Wise's MO. Like I said, when in trouble, grab and live to see another day.
And if I'm in the other corner, I tell Sifula Wise, either keep it long distance or get really close to him and keep doing what you're doing. Wrap him up. The referee's not doing anything. He keeps warning you. Johnny Dez with a 1-2, then gets wrapped up again. I'm telling you, at any point, do not be surprised if Pat Sullivan comes in and says, time, and takes a point.
Well, he just talked to him again.
And again around the waist with Sifula Wise. That's about 3-4 clinches in the last minute. Final minute to go, round number 5.
The crowd getting behind Dez.
And again. Referee taking a long look at Wise, who's starting to really show it on his face that he's getting tired.
Yeah, I think the hitman, Johnny Hernandez, is taking the fight out of Wise.
You know, he could either stop and take a point, or he could say to him, if you don't start fighting, I am going to end this fight.
Wise got hit right there, and he held on to Hernandez's arm. Hernandez, as you see, he's clenched him again. Not a good round for Wise.
And the mouth now open of Sifula Wise, biting on that mouthpiece, showing the mouthpiece, taking some deep breaths, left hook rocks him. Johnny Hernandez senses it, and look at Wise just hold on almost to the butt of Johnny Dez.
Yeah, I mean, he held his shorts. Wise is almost out of gas.
Final seconds, round number 5. Do not be surprised if there's nothing left for Sifula Wise to see round number 6. Referee is staying in the corner of Sifula Wise, taking a long look.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, download the Star Boxing app for all the latest
This'll
news
be
and
5 rounds
information.
to nothing
And the
for
next
Van
show,
Ness.
October
I think this is
14th,
the most
you can get 10%
lopsided
off
round of
tonight
the
only
fight.
from the box office.
Wise
October
pretty much-
14th, right back
He
here
had no
at
offense,
the
but now he
Paramount.
had no defense. All he could do was hold. And Dez seems like he's getting stronger. And Wise looks like he's defeated.
Spending much of his time with his back against the ropes, really getting pounded to the body, taking some headshots, and every once in a while landing a counter shot. But see, Fuller Wise surprises us and is on his feet, but defeat is in his eyes now. And let's see, because referee Pat Sullivan just staring at Steve Fuller Wise here in round number 6. This is scheduled for 8. And now he says time. And there it is. He's taking points for holding.
You called it.
You know what certain referees are going to do, and I've been watching the face of Pat Sullivan almost shaking his head. Do not be surprised now if he does it again, and then after that disqualifies Steve Fuller Wise.
Well, he gave him about 7 warnings. And if Wise can't clutch and grab, I'm not sure what chance there is for him to actually last.
And that was a good move by Pat Sullivan. You can only give so many warnings. Otherwise, the fighter thinks, you know what, this guy's going to warn me all night. I'll keep doing it. Nice body shots by Dez, and then he takes one in return and then starts moving away, dancing, showing those legs. Coming in with a lead right hand, and they fall into a clinch. That was Johnny Dez who initiated that clinch.
Oh, look at him dancing now. He's feeling it.
He wants Wise to walk in after him on those tired legs.
I said it before, Wise is getting more tired and Dez seems to be getting stronger. It's a very good showing for Dez.
Johnny Dez takes a couple of body shots. First one didn't really affect him. The second kind of bent him over a little bit, didn't really hurt him. And he looks in fine shape.
And he did that gesture to the crowd again. He knows that he has this fight in control.
I just don't ever want to see a fighter of mine do that. You just never know. It takes one punch to open a cut, a passing elbow to cause a cut. If you have your guy in big trouble, get rid of him. Say goodnight.
I agree. But, you know, in the heat of the moment, adrenaline's pumping.
Wise doing his best not to hold on there. He's got the left arm of Hernandez wrapped up. Hernandez slips away, a couple of right hands to the body, left hand misses. Hernandez walks him down. Pounds away. No real clean shots. I assure you, if Johnny Dez lands some clean shots and even wobbles him once, referee Pat Sullivan just may stop and takes a long look at Wise, who's still punching away. Johnny Dez rushes and throws it right to the body.
He's holding again.
In comes Dez. Body shot by Dez.
Nice body shot. Well, Hernandez is just stalking Wise.
I would still tell Johnny Dez if I was in the corner, give yourself room. See, when you get in close like that, all Wise is going to do is hold on. Let's see. Time again. Another point. Another point. Next time is disqualification. That's 2 points off this round. Next one will be the DQ. Time.
Well, you called it. He was losing the fight, now he's losing points. But I think that's the only thing he can do to stay afloat here. Hernandez knows it, he's feeling good. Very good performance by Hernandez. Check out the replay, Randy.
Let's take a look at the action from round number 6. Johnny Dez constantly coming in, pouring on the pressure, being held, and held some more by C. Fuller Wise, who in that round lost 2 points for holding on 2 separate occasions, a point and another point. Next time, I'm telling you, it will be the DQ.
Well, you know, I don't think Hernandez really hit him flush with any amazing shot, but he has dominated this fight. He loves playing to the crowd.
And see Fullawise on his feet before the bell. Round number 7 scheduled for 8. See Fullawise in the black trunks has lost every round of this fight. I think anyway, last round he lost 10-7 because I would have had a 10-9 and he lost 2 more points.
One more deduction, like you said, and match is over.
All Pat Sullivan will do is call time and then wave the fight over. DQ. You don't see it that often, but these are, you know, these are my boys. These are my refs when I was commissioner, and I've seen them so many times in action. You just know a guy's facial expressions, basically what he's thinking.
Yeah, he's frustrated. I'm sure Dez isn't frustrated. He keeps playing to the crowd, Dez.
You know, when he breaks them up, he doesn't look at Dez. When he breaks them up, he looks at C. Fullawise, who gets hit with an overhand right. C. Fullawise with a left hand. Then again, it falls into a clinch. They both clinch there. And Johnny Dez gets the warning for the elbow. You know, you can't blame a guy, but you know what? There's no excuse for throwing an elbow.
Dez trying to mount a little offense here. Got in a couple of shots.
Wise ducking under those shots, keeps those gloves by his cheek. Little peekaboo. Pop shot with the left hand, another pot shot, gets himself stuck in a corner, now holds on. Walks Johnny Dez halfway across the ring. Pat Sullivan staring at C. Fullawise. C. Fullawise covers up and then backs up.
It's been a better round for Wise, but...
Well, only because he's not holding.
Pretty much.
He has been throwing a few more shots. He's basically, I think, out of gas. That time he almost used a knee to the groin.
I saw that.
What Johnny has to do at this point now is force the action because he's got to know that he's within seconds, one clinch away from this being over. Now I tell Johnny Dez, pour the pressure on, get close to him, get held like that. Let's see what happens. Every clinch you have to wonder. Every clinch you have to wonder. 30 seconds, 7th round. One more to go. Again, another clinch.
Dez is having fun in there. He's playing to the crowd. He's stalking Wise around the ring. He's picking his shots.
The corner of Johnny Dez is imploring him, get close, get close. They see it too. They know it too. If he gets close, he gets held over and over. 10 seconds. You're going to hear that rap on the ring. We are going to go to an 8th and final round. A fight where Johnny Dez has been basically not taken to school, but frustrated and taught a lesson about a guy who's going to hold him basically from the opening bell.
Yeah, you have to give it to Johnny Dez once again.
And let's take a look at some of that action, Jamie.
Well, you know, he basically was picking his shots the whole round. Dez didn't have much response, and Wise didn't have much response, excuse me, and Dez basically can do whatever he wants in the ring. I don't think Dez has been hurt once this entire fight. And he's
Johnny
landed
Dez,
on.
right, has hardly even been hit with a solid shot. There was a chopping left hand, not much on it, just was a...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 8th and final round.
This has basically just been a real good workout for Johnny Dez.
That's exactly what it's been. Johnny Dez gave him a big hug. He respects what he's been through tonight because he knows the beating, basically, he's put on the body of C. Fullawise. And C. Fullawise comes out as a right-hander. Look at this. And as the aggressor, let's see if he stays as the aggressor. Let's see if he stays as a right-hander. Pop, pop with the left jab goes the now right-hander. C. Fullawise backs up. Back to southpaw. Now he's going to probably stay as a southpaw.
It's a nice left hook by Dez.
And another clinch by C. Fullawise.
I'm very impressed with Johnny Hernandez. As he pounds his head, says, hit me again. He just looks in great shape. He's in great condition. He seems poised.
This really has been an 8-round sparring session for Johnny Hernandez in a 90-degree ring. He has shown tremendous stamina, but so has Sifula Wise, because he has gotten basically what I call a leather shampoo, up and down hit from the head on down.
Anytime Wise gets Hernandez's attention, Hernandez comes back with something to say, don't do it again.
This is an 8-rounder. This is the final round. I don't care if this is 8 rounds, 10 rounds, whatever it is. Johnny Dez would be doing this all night long. And Sifula Wise finally starting to throw punches as if he wants to win a round.
Yeah, but then he goes back to the hold.
But he got away from that shot. This is actually his most competitive round of the fight. Pat Sullivan tells him, keep the shots up.
Well, Pat Sullivan doesn't want to disqualify him. He wants this fight to go the distance.
Sifula Wise again holds on. You have to think, with 1 minute to go in the fight, that Pat Sullivan will not stop it no matter how many times Sifula Wise holds on now. Because earlier, Sifula Wise was in desperate danger of being disqualified for continually holding on, clinching, mauling, tugging.
Yeah,
like that.
I think he's waving the white flag, and referee Pat Sullivan's just waiting for this one to end.
Well, he's basically been waving the white flags since the end of the first round, and he's done a good job, and he's gotten away with it. He's lost 2 points. That's all. He's a very lucky man.
Well, final 20 seconds of a very impressive night for Johnny Hernandez.
Well, without question, Johnny Dez is going to win his 8th fight as we head to the final seconds of the 8th and final round. And a final clinch, and you can hear the bell. No, there's one more clinch at the bell. And now they clinch to just hug each other. And exhausted Sifula Wise does not get stopped. And if he got stopped, there's a bigger suspension that goes with the commission. So he does go the distance, and he is actually able to fight again within a couple of weeks. Johnny Hernandez to the crowd here, throwing kisses to what is a big Johnny Hernandez crowd, his hometown here in Huntington, Long Island.
Yeah, they love him, and they should. He gave him a great performance tonight.
And that 8th and final round. There's a chopping left hook over the right hand. Johnny Dez coming in there, just trying to make this fight as he was since the opening round, Jamie.
And he did. He took advantage from round 1 through round 8, body shots, head shots. I don't really recall one time he was hurt throughout the fight. I think he won every round. It was a very, very impressive performance for Johnny Hernandez, who should improve to 8-1.
Well, let's see if my scorecard is going to be anything close to what the scorecards will be turned in. It will be unanimous, I'm pretty sure, for Johnny Dez. I've got an 80-70 for Johnny Hernandez. I made it.
Yeah, same thing with me. 10-9 except for the
10-7.
Exactly.
It was normally going to be a 10-9 round with 2 points away. Let's find out how the judges have it. David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of action here at the Paramount, we go to the judges' scorecards. Kevin Morgan and Ron McNair both scored this bout 79-71. John McKay scored this bout 77-73. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision from Huntington, New York, Johnny the Hitman Hernandez.
2 of the judges had it 79-71 for Johnny Dez. One of the judges, what I think is a surprising 77-73 for Johnny Dez. No matter how you look at it, that man, Johnny Dez, has his hand raised with his 8th victory now. He's 8-1. And our Cara Castronova stands by with Johnny Dez.
Congratulations, Johnny, on a hard-won victory. Did the scorecards surprise you?
I just want to take a minute and thank all my sponsors, Gamma Labs, Biofactor, Aso Machina, Harrison Construction, all my fans and friends, family that came out to support me. I just want to say thank you. I thought after the second round, I started taking it up a notch. and really finding his rhythm. Seeing that he kept going down on one side, so I kept being aggressive and just trying to move and slip off of his punches and attack.
Well, your conditioning looked great. Was it part of the game plan coming into the fight to be really aggressive and press the action?
I mean, this camp, I really worked hard, especially on conditioning. I felt great for 8 rounds. I'm ready to do another one right away. Or if not, just keep working hard outside of the gym and just keep them rolling.
Congratulations, Johnny. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more Star
Thank
Boxing.
you, Carol. Well, Johnny Hernandez, they say you learn a lesson in every single fight. And in this fight, he certainly learned a lesson because he came in, he came to fight, he got held on constantly. But that man, see full of eyes from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, did quite a job to survive for 8 rounds, did a lot of holding on, taught Johnny Dez a lesson. But in the end, Johnny Dez was the unanimous decision winner. He's 25 years old. He's now 8-1, and he is getting ready for his first 10-rounder, probably by the end of the year. Johnny Dez, the winner.
And now, to honor America and salute the men and women serving our country, here to sing our national anthem, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Brooklyn, New York, recording artist Christina Burgos.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, for so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Christina Burgos. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to the Paramount here in Huntington, New York for the Rockin' Fights 25 featured bout of the evening. And it's all being brought to you courtesy of Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing. Sponsored by Modell Sporting Goods. Gotta go to Moe's. 102.3 WBAB, Long Island's #1 rock station. Camelot Limousine, the Inn at Fox Hollow, Anti-3, and Power Play. This bout is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Interim Chairperson Ndidi Massey, Commissioner John Signorelli, Acting Executive Director Eric Bentley. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside: John McKay, Kevin Morgan, and Carlos Ortiz Jr. At the sound of the bell, your 3rd man in the ring will be Steve Willis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the New York State Junior Welterweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. Fighting out of the blue corner, he wears gold and black trunks. He weighed in at an even 140 pounds. His professional record, 8 victories against 8 defeats. He has 1 draw and 5 wins coming by way of knockout. representing Universal Boxing from Queens, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ariel Fuego Duran. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears white with blue trim. He weighed in at a ready 139.2 pounds. His professional record, 12 victories against 2 defeats. He has 4 wins coming by way of knockout. From Hicksville, New York, ladies and gentlemen, he's the reigning, defending New York State Junior Welterweight Champion, Anthony Showtime Carperis.
And veteran Steve Willis.
Okay, gentlemen, you both received instructions in the dressing room. I want you to obey the commands, protect yourselves at all times. Right now, the low line is under the letters over here. The low line is under the letters over here. Tap it up. Let's go to work.
And Steve Willis takes him to the center of the ring. They go back to their corners. The ring is clear. This one is 10 rounds. New York State Junior Welterweight Championship, a rematch between Anthony Carperis and Ariel Duran. They fought in July of 2014 in a 4-round bout, with Anthony Carperis winning a unanimous decision. Both guys have wanted the rematch, and tonight here it is, 10 rounds for the New York State Junior Welterweight Championship. And Joe DeGuardia, Star Boxing, Rockin' Fights 25, Randy G, the commish, at ringside along with Jamie.
The chin.
Jamie, I got to tell you something. This is going to be some kind of fight. What I cannot fathom is this thing going 10 rounds.
Well, you know, talking to Carperis this week, he says he watched the first fight, and there is a lot he can improve upon. He wants to stop Duran. He does not want this to go the distance. His nickname is Showtime. This is his first time main eventing the Paramount. He wants to put on the show, and he says he's a much better fighter than he was in their first fight.
Actually, in the first fight, Jamie, he let Ariel Duran run. He didn't cut the ring off. He has since really learned to cut that ring off. Let's see if he can do the job tonight.
I think there's also a little bad blood between the two of them. Listening to Carperis, they don't really like each other.
Well, that's because Anthony says that Ariel Duran ran in that first fight. And Duran takes it almost as, you know, just offensively. He says, no, I didn't run, I boxed him. He says I ran. He'll see tonight what this is all about.
Well, it makes for a more entertaining fight, at least. Interesting to have a feeling out round when it's a rematch, because you already know what the other guy can bring.
But it's 10 rounds, and you don't want to just come out blasting. So there may be a little bit feeling out.
Two different styles, as you can see, Carperis and Duran.
Anthony taking a look, wants to see what Duran has. Not going to come in blasting. Anthony gets under a powerful left hook, just taps him on the ribs and says, come on, let's step apart. There's about 25 seconds to go here in the opening round, scheduled for 10, New York State Junior Welterweight Championship. Left hand gets in by Duran.
You can see Carperis trying to figure out exactly his way to attack Duran as the first round comes to a close.
Truly a feeling out round.
Nice
2
combination.
seconds remaining. Round number 1. Anthony gets out of the way of right hand, shakes his head no. End of the first round, and they even hug. Very rarely do you see something like that, Jamie.
So what bad blood? What was I talking about? They love each other.
I just don't like that. if a fighter of mine came back to the corner after a hug, it's, what was that all about?
Yeah, I kind of agree. We can hug after the fight, but not during the fight. Let's take a look
Jamie
at some of the
Stewart,
action.
take a look.
Yeah, some of the action here in round one. Carperis, more so the aggressor than Duran. Carperis got a nice combination off towards the end of round one. How would you score that first round, Randy?
Tough. I mean, you know, I could see two of the judges going with Anthony and another judge maybe going with Ariel Duran. It was almost a nothing kind of round as they looked at each other.
Yeah, I don't think I would give it to Duran, even at best for him. We'll see what round two brings.
And the bell, Steve Willis in the middle of the ring. Here's the bell. Randy G, Jamie Stewart, and Cara Castronova tonight from the Paramount in Long Island. Joe DeGuardia's Rockin' Fights 25. This is the main event, scheduled for 10 rounds. Duran pops a jab, fast right hand. Nice body shot by Carperis. Duran tries a right uppercut, a little bit wild. You can't miss with a fast-handed guy, a counter puncher like Anthony Carperis. He has knocked guys out when a guy missed a wild left hook. He countered him with a single right hand that knocked him out in this very ring.
Yeah, and Duran looks like he's swinging for one haymaker, which is nowhere close to landing so far. Carperis is trying to fight a smart fight, counter punching. Hasn't really been hit yet.
Carperis, 28 years old. Ariel Duran, 29 years old. Duran, a tricky fight.
Nice left by Carperis, hit Duran flush on the face.
I really want to see what Carperis has learned since their first fight 2 years ago in that 4-rounder, when he let the very tricky Ariel Duran out of many traps. Is he going to do that tonight? Very pretty defense there on the part of Carperis. Did it again. Just bends his knees a little bit and gets out of the way of a couple of left hands, then gets out of the way of a right hand. Takes a chopping left hook to the side of the face.
Talking to Carperis in his training camp, he's extremely focused on this fight. He knows what this fight means to him, being in the main event for the first time.
At his best, Carperis, an excellent defensive fighter.
You can see the speed advantage he has on Duran.
And also, Ariel Duran looks in good shape, doesn't look in great shape. Anthony Carperis looks like he's been living in the gym.
Yeah. Well, he's a personal trainer as well, as you can tell. Good exchange in the middle of the ring.
Anthony walks him back to the ropes. And when you do that, you're actually just not really using any of your strength. You're just letting the guy fight off your body weight, and it takes a lot out of the opponent. End of round number 2.
And Carperis tried to touch gloves. Duran didn't see it. Carperis then turned away disgusted. Duran actually turned around, tried to do it, but it was too late.
Jamie, I don't like that when guys constantly touch it. Forget that. Forget it.
You just like them to hate each other until the fight's over. But
Yes.
let's take a look at round 2.
Don't lull this guy into making you think you're his friend. This is action from round number 2.
Carperis definitely landed more shots. He had one clean shot, the left right there to the flush of Duran's face. I would give that round to Carperis. Probably 2 rounds to none.
Now let's see if Carperis could start to land more frequent body shots, cut the ring off a little bit more. But Ariel Duran, very, very tricky. Duran really belies his 8-8-1 record. You know, it's almost like he wins one, loses one, wins one, loses one, goes into a lot of the backyards of opponents who have real good records, loses to them, or local favorites, sometimes doesn't catch the local judges.
Local
And
favorite like
he
Caparis.
walks, yeah, he walks away with, you know, a close unanimous decision loss. He is just a very tricky fighter. You don't hit this guy with solid shots.
And Caparis looks like he has a thumb in the eye. Referee calls time.
Could that have been a headbutt? Yeah.
Referee did signal for the head.
Very good call by the veteran Steve Willis. And now you wonder, is Anthony thinking about that cut? How bad am I cut? Do I have to play a little bit more defense? Should I throw less shots? A lot starts going through the mind of a fighter, especially early in the fight. This is only round number 3, and it is scheduled for 10 rounds. Nice jab by Anthony Caparis. That was one of, we call it a shotgun jab.
Nice left by Caparis. Caught Duran's attention. Duran is 3 inches in height. Nice left by Duran. He's got 3 inches on height on Caparis. I haven't really seen him use it yet.
Duran using that left hand, one of those shots landed, but it was almost like with an open fist, like a slap. Referee Steve Willis wants him to settle down. Nice shots by Caparis. Power shots.
He scored with that one. To the body and to the head.
Caparis trying to draw Duran into a firefight. Looks like he might have hurt Duran, but Duran maybe stumbled. I think he got hurt by a shot.
You look at Caparis is busted open. And he knows that he's bleeding.
Now
he just
Caparis
throws Duran into the
throws him down. It's called a slip or not a knockdown. Caparis is busted. I cannot see, Jamie, where that cut is.
It looks right. Looks right on his forehead.
But that's okay. That's definitely, as Willis called it, a headbutt.
And Duran, his left eye is bloody as well. This got very interesting.
Under New York rules, in the case of an accidental foul, they will go to the scorecards if 4 rounds are in the books. And now 3 rounds are in the books. And let's see where that cut is.
He is a bloody mess right now. I don't think it affected him.
No.
He looks more annoyed and angry than anything.
The
But
thing
it is
about
nasty.
Jamie, the thing about a cut there is that there's a lot of capillaries that run on the forehead. If you remember as a teenager, you might have had a little pimple there that might have busted open and it bled. And this always happened right before a prom, of course, that your face would just bleed all over the place. So I don't know how deep that is, but because of all those capillaries that are all over the surface of the forehead, a little tiny cut could bleed like a bullet wound.
Well, they're all looking at him and working him over in the corner. It's fine for now, but I gotta think that it's gonna come out again.
He's got a great cut man, Wayne Alden, one of the best cut men in the business, working on Anthony. Anthony gets sent to a neutral corner, and now Steve Willis calls him to the center of the ring and basically is telling him, come on, guys, settle down. And you see, Duran wanted right at him, and Willis says, not yet.
Yeah, they almost hit Steve Willis. I think they're back to not liking each other.
You think? I don't see them touching gloves after the round.
No, the friendly part is over. Nice left by Caparis.
Anthony trying to draw Ariel in. See, that would have been the perfect. If he keeps launching those kind of right hands, he's going to get hit with one of Anthony's check hooks just right over the top of it. And Anthony can punch with that left hand.
Duran is now connecting a little bit too, connecting with the right and the left.
This one is in round number 4. 10 rounds it's scheduled for the New York State Junior Welterweight Championship. Ariel Duran from Queens, New York, and Anthony Carperis out of Hicksville, New York.
And look at Carperis. That cut is opened again. Referee winced when he looked at his face already.
Well, it looks bad because the blood is pouring down, but it is a scalp wound, which I told you, bleeds sometimes profusely.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's affecting him, but it doesn't look good either.
I remember Sean O'Grady back in the 1980s, a former lightweight champion, lost a fight. I believe it was to Jim Watt on a cut that was about a half-inch long on the scalp line that just bled profusely into his eyes. That is the only thing. Will the blood drip down into Anthony's face? It is not in any area, though, that is of any danger. It's not like an eyelid or right below the eye or in the corner of the eye. It's way up, apparently, on the scalp.
Well, Carperis landed a couple of good combinations in this round.
And
so
there,
did Duran.
yeah, Carperis landed a sharp left hand, gets away from a few shots. Anthony is not hurt at all. Anthony's at 100%. It was a headbutt that opened that cut.
But we still have a lot of rounds to go, so.
And again, you've got to let the cut man do his work. And Anthony has a good young cut man in the corner, Wayne Alden, who happens to own his own construction company, but he's got his own construction to do right now. On the forehead of Anthony Carperis, he takes a lead right hand to the face.
Final 20 seconds of this round. Been a pretty even fight so far with the edge to Carperis.
And they stand almost toe-to-toe, final seconds. Round number 4. In what is turning into a brawl here at the Paramount. So they go to their corners after the 4th round, and the cut man doing his job on that cut on the scalp line. Let's see if that's the scalp line or the center of the forehead. It looks to be high up.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, October 14th, Rockin Fights, Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing returns to the Paramount. Get your tickets tonight and also download the Star Boxing app.
And Carperis both connecting there. Action is picking up. Carperis is quicker to the punch than Duran. And like you said, Duran is just a tricky kind of fighter, kind of unorthodox. But that cut on Carperis, while I don't think it's hurting him, it bears watching because it flows by mid-round.
Here we go, round 5. Anthony comes right out, Duran comes right out. That name Duran, to me, always signifies one of the greatest fighters of all time, Roberto Monastepiedra Duran.
Hands of Stone.
And there's a movie out now,
That's right.
Hands of Stone, starring Robert De Niro and Edgar Ramirez about Hands of Stone. This is Ariel Duran out of Queens, New York, no relation to the great Roberto.
Well, he's putting on a good fight right now. These two know each other. They had a fight about 4 years ago in which Carperis won on decision.
And it was a fight where Ariel basically, I thought, I'm going to stop just short. He didn't run, but he did move in retreat for all 4 rounds and frustrated Anthony, but Anthony won all 4 rounds in the fight. Let's see what happens. We're in round 5 right now. Round 5 of a somewhat of a shootout with Anthony Carperis cut high up on the scalp from a headbutt.
He's not running that much this fight. He's in there. He's exchanging leather.
And let me say what happens here. Let's just say the cut gets worse. And let's say the blood pours down to the point where Anthony can no longer see shots coming and they have to stop the fight. They will go to the scorecards, and whoever is in the lead will win a technical decision. There's a slip.
Right, I think Carperis is in the lead right now. I think he's pretty much winning every round.
On my card, he has won every round. Maybe he's won 3 of the 4, but I have him winning all 4.
Yeah, I have 3 of the 4.
Nice, sharp left hook by Carperis.
I got it. Step back. Off the head. Work your way out. Great, I got it.
45 seconds remain in the 5th round. Toughest fight of Anthony's career came in this very ring back in April of 2015 when he won a majority decision in a total shootout over Bayan Jargal in one of the year's best fights that year.
And like you said before, this is his 14th time at the Paramount. What a following he has here.
Hard right hand to the head. That was possibly Duran's best shot of the fight. Backing up again, gets away from the left hook. Carperis tries to work in close, and they tie up. Carperis bangs a couple of rights to the ribs, leans on Duran, and in comes Steve Willis. Seconds remain, round number 5.
Well, Anthony Carperis, 5 rounds through his fight, is rematched against Duran. I have him up 4 rounds to 1. You have him with all 5 rounds.
I've given, Anthony all 5 rounds. Let's take a look at some of the action from round number 5. A lot of pressure from Anthony Carperis, but not that time.
One more time, I just want to thank all of our great sponsors tonight. Model Sporting Goods, gotta go to Moe's. WBAB 102.3, Long Island's #1 rock station. Camelot Limousine, The Inn at Fox Hollow, Anti-3, and Power Play. Thank you to all of our great sponsors.
If the cut will affect him at all. Hasn't so far.
Now, I told you he's got an outstanding cutman in there in Wayne Alden, and Wayne is doing an excellent job. Because 2 rounds ago, you saw that blood pouring down the face of Carperis. But when you have a guy like a Wayne Alden in your corner who knows what he's doing with the cuts, how to put the pressure on, how to work with the cuts, there's really nothing to worry about, especially when it's a scalp line cut like that.
Carperis sort of body blowing him into the corner there.
And they fall into a clinch. You see a little tap on the side by Anthony Carperis. Come on, let me go. And then he shoves Duran away, who then stumbles.
Yeah, you could see the strength, though, from Carperis. Just a little push, and Duran basically almost fell over. Oh, nice left by Duran there.
That certainly was. He caught Carperis walking in. Carperis comes back with a right hand and now tries to mix it up. It gets tied up by Duran, who backs Anthony Carperis to the ropes, and they get broken up by Steve Willis.
Duran always seems to look annoyed. His facial expressions, he always seems to be bothered.
Neither guy has really been hurt by a punch. If anybody got hurt, I think it was Duran by a left hook a few rounds ago. And Anthony, if he got hurt at all, it was with the headbutt a few rounds ago, which opened the cut on the scalp. Other than that, no punch has hurt Anthony Carperis tonight.
Now, it's been a good fight. It's been a competitive fight.
Midway through round number 6, Randy G., the commission, ringside with Jamie Stewart and Cara Castronova. And Steve Willis has some words for Duran.
Now, that cut is flowing badly right now on the forehead of Carperis.
Whoops, Carperis stuck his tongue out.
Seems to be a theme here at the Paramount. We saw Johnny Hernandez do that several times. Good exchange in the middle of the ring. Nice body shot by Carperis. Duran tries to come back. Final minute of the round.
A little more blood coming down the face of Anthony Carperis. But again, we remind you, that cut is high on his forehead. And I don't know if he just got headbutted again.
Referee calls time.
There may have been, I think there was another headbutt. Anthony got hurt by that one. There is more blood on the face of Anthony Carperis. Anthony is looking towards his crowd.
Carperis just looked at the crowd and said, come on. He's ready to go.
Steve Willis had some words with Ariel Durant. Let him actually walk halfway across the ring instead of pushing him back to the corner. Anthony is really steamed up. But he's got a head that's open, possibly from 2 cuts. I don't know if the original cut is the one that's bleeding even more, or there's a second cut now for Wayne Alden to work on. That blood is pouring down the face of Anthony. I don't even know. That could be on the eye now. It looks like it could be on the side of the right eye.
The only thing is, he's basically won almost every round.
They will go to the scorecards if this thing has to be stopped. Now let's see what happens. Anthony Carperis ready to sit down. Wayne Alden in front of him. His cut man wipes it away. Now let's take a look where the cut is. There's one on the side of the right eye. And again, this is not in a very dangerous place. It's an area where it's going to drip down the side of his face and probably not in his eye, but he's got 2 cuts to work on. Let's see. Jamie, if we could pick up, let's see if there's any indication that it was a headbutt, which I'm sure it was.
You know, he's a smaller fighter, Carperis. He leads forward with his head. I don't know if you can see their heads colliding at all. Nice little
Not there, not there, not there. They were wrapped up. Some shots there, no, nothing there.
And he's already bleeding. Look at this.
That's where he stuck his tongue out about midway through the round.
So you can tell the cut is not affecting him at all.
This is round number 7. Here at the Paramount, Joe DeGuardia, Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 25. Randy G, the commish, Jamie Stewart, and Kara Castanova ringside. Durant, a very tricky fighter, very smooth, gets out of the way of shots. You just don't hit this guy with solid shots.
No, you do not. He definitely has his own style, unorthodox, tough to pin down, but Carperis has done a good job of racking up points.
Right hand misses by Anthony, comes in with a short left hook. Anthony sidestepping, little stutter step to the side. Partial right hand gets in by Durant. Willis says, come on, watch that stuff, Anthony. As Anthony kind of try to just shove Durant away. Anthony takes
nice
a sharp right.
Durant.
Anthony actually falling a little bit out of his fight plan, backing up a little bit. And that is just not his fight plan against Durant.
No, you're exactly right. He needs to press the action, use his speed, crouch down. He's a little too stationary right now.
And when he is stationary like that, Jamie, he's letting Ariel Durant just rest. See, when Ariel's doing nothing, he's resting. He's got to be, if you're Anthony Carperis, you've got to be putting the pressure on. And if you are Ariel Durant, you want to rest. You want to stay on the outside.
Final minute, round 7.
Little bolo shot try by Durant was picked off on the arm of Anthony Carperis on the left arm. Now they stand in front of each other. This is where Durant is more or less resting.
You talk about Carperis' cut man. You know, he does a really good job because that cut is coming down now, but it basically lasts 3/4 of the round before it gets bad.
And if you have some rookie cornerman in there, both of those cuts would be just pouring down the face of Carperis, and it looks so much worse than it really is. "15 seconds to go. Anthony Carperis cut by 2 headbutts in 2 separate rounds. One on the side of the right eye, the other high in the middle of the scalp. High on the forehead. Final seconds, round 7.
Well, their first fight went to a decision. It looks like their second fight might as well.
Well, there's 9 minutes to go.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from round 7. Another competitive round. Carperas' cut didn't really bother him that much.
Carperas showed some nice defense there. Chopping right hand by Carperas, and then they fall into a clinch. This will never be round of the year.
No.
But I think Anthony a little bit frustrated at this point. Every time he tries to get close, Duran holds him like that, and Anthony has a real good inside game.
You can see how the headbutt could happen, how close they are throughout the fight. Here we go, 8th and final round.
No, not final.
Oh, I'm sorry. 8th round. Oh my
In
God.
some fights, it is the final
that's
round.
right.
This is a 10-round bout for the New York State Junior Welterweight Championship. And I do think that Anthony Carperas has won. If he hasn't won 8 rounds in this fight, he's won 7. But many of them have been very competitive, very close. And Anthony, for sure, is frustrated. The heads have come together several times. And Anthony Carperas in the white trunks has come away the worst for wear.
Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself there, but it's been a very competitive fight so far, testy at times. Carperas has done a good job of not letting the cut bother him, because he suffered the cut early in the fight.
Well, Jamie, they've also told him in the corner. His trainer, Billy Desser, real pro. Frankie Globuschutz, Frankie G, it's his gym that Anthony trains in, and Wayne Alden, all pros. They have told him, don't worry about the cuts. They're nothing. They're going
Right.
to bleed down, but they're not in a spot that is going to end this fight. And they also told him, because they're headbutts, if the fight does get stopped, you're so in the lead, you're going to win a technical decision. There is nothing for Anthony to worry about.
Easy for you to say.
The only thing that we're worried about is that they come above us and the blood's going to get all over our beautiful suits.
I was a little worried about that before, I have to admit.
Other than that, there's no worry for Anthony, there's no worry for Ariel. Referee Steve Willis has to worry because his nice blue shirt's getting pretty well drenched with blood.
Yeah, he's had a busy night's work. Less action in this round, in this 8th round. Looks like both fighters sort of getting their breath a little bit.
And I've already noticed that my wife, who is sitting pretty close to us, has moved quite far back from the ring. An experienced woman of boxing knows that when there's a lot of blood and you're wearing white, as she is, well, you just don't sit that close to the ring.
The ringside seat isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Especially when there's a lot of blood and bodily fluids. I see you got your glass covered. Long, lazy right hand by Duran, and then Anthony was thinking about throwing the right hand, but didn't want to hit him in the back. Final 30 seconds, round number 8. And just like Johnny Diaz learned in his fight, this is a learning fight for Anthony Carperas, which he will take with him into future fights.
You see Duran trying to load up, trying to land that right. Carperas knows it.
Remember, this is the ring where Chris Algieri learned his trade before he went on to become world champion. Anthony walks to his corner, kind of shakes his head in disgust. And Wayne Alden, his cut man, jumps in front of him.
All right, let's take a look at the action. Round number 8. Duran and Carperas trying to exchange. Duran hasn't really landed many solid shots tonight. Nice body shot by Carperas. Carperas certainly is quicker, has the better combinations, has that cut, but like you said, Randy, the cut is in a spot that it doesn't affect his vision for the most part. So if you're gonna have a cut, it's a good place to have it.
Wayne Alden has done an exceptional job here tonight. I'm very proud because I've watched him from the beginning as a cut man as he learned from some of the best. And now he is one of the best. A little something on that right hand and a right uppercut by Duran. Let's see if that gets Anthony's ire up.
It got his attention. Nice right again. Flipping that right by Duran. Good start to the round 9 by Duran.
Anthony's 2 biggest fans are his mom and dad, Andy and Lorraine. They not only come to every one of his fights, they go to the gym almost all the time to watch him train. Although I gotta tell you, Mama Lorraine, during the fights, most of the time keeps her hands over her eyes.
I don't, especially this fight. They don't want to watch her baby boy bleeding for 30 minutes.
Before, I was sensing a little bit of frustration on the part of Anthony Carperis, who undoubtedly is going to win this fight, and I'm dying to hear from him when Kara jumps in the ring with him later, how frustrated he has been throughout this fight. But Ariel Duran is a very tricky fighter. He's not going to stand there and let you pound on him. He is very, very elusive, very gifted defensively.
Yeah, you know, some fighters are just tough fighters, and they're tough matchups. Duran's just a tough matchup for Carperis. They say styles make fights. Carperis hasn't exactly figured Duran out, but that being said, he's won just about every round.
Let me tell you, Duran comes in a lot of times with that head, leading with that head, and you can see Anthony pulling his head out of the way. He is worried. He's already been cut by 2 headbutts. He is worried about another headbutt, and maybe the next one will be a very dangerous one over an eye. So far, the 2 cuts, high up, middle of the forehead, up on the scalp, and on the side of the right eye. So any blood you see. Oh, there we go! That is a knockdown! They were just trading shots, and Anthony powered him.
Nice body shot by Carperis. Duran couldn't deal with it. 20 seconds left in the round. Duran holding on. Carperis trying to finish him. He might do it.
Let's see, Jamie, if Carperis can open it up and close the show.
Paramount is loud and electric.
Again, very tricky is Ariel Duran. Will hold and do everything he can do to get out of trouble. Final seconds of the round, and he does survive the round.
Carperis motions to the crowd. He is fired up. He wanted to be impressive in his first main event at the Paramount. He finally got that knockdown he was looking for.
I don't know what Duran is complaining about.
I don't know if he thought it was a low blow. We'll take a look now and see.
It was round number 9. Now let's see if it was a body shot and another body shot to the right hand, a chopping right.
Unless he thought it was to the back of his head.
Now let's see, I don't know. It looked maybe on the side of the head from that angle. Let's see if we can tell here. That was clearly the
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 10th and final round.
He's complaining to the referee right now.
10th and final round. They quickly touch gloves.
So that's what that was about.
And if you are Ariel Duran, you do have a complaint. But I mean, it's not going to affect the outcome of the fight. That's nothing that's going to turn this fight around. It was a 10-8 round in round number 9. I've got Anthony Carperis clearly in the lead.
Right.
90 to 80.
But if you're in the ring and you're Duran, you might be thinking half those rounds you won 10-9.
But let's see, because he did go down from that shot, and many times shots to the back of the head can leave you a little bit drunk. Let's see if Duran is going to go down again. He fires a right hand with anger.
Been a very entertaining fight. Duran definitely came to fight. Carperis cut his open again. 2 minutes to go in this match.
Harris tries to stay on him, tries to work in close. He gets wrapped up, gets tagged with the left hand, gets under a right hand, pounds the body, misses with a left hook. In comes Harris, and again he gets held on.
Duran is just a sneaky type of fighter.
He really is.
You know, he's got his hands down. You don't know if he's hurt or he's just playing possum half the time.
And again, Jamie, you're going to hear me say it so many times. Fighters learn just about every time out. We saw Johnny Dez learn tonight. We've seen Anthony Harris learn tonight.
Duran came in and he got Harris with a right there and a little bit of a left, but Harris took it well.
But I like Harris' energy tonight. I like his enthusiasm. I like his composure, because almost from early on, when he got headbutted, he has really kept his composure.
Yes. A less experienced fighter might have gotten nervous, panicked. Harris, like you said, full steam ahead.
And let me tell you, he's had some great training. He's got a great corner. He's got a great attitude. That's why he looks so good tonight. That's why on my card he's won every single round. And it's been a very frustrating fight. But because everything else is falling together in his career, he's able to keep it together.
Final 20 seconds. Duran tries the uppercut, doesn't land.
And again, the left arm of Anthony Harris held on to. Final seconds of the fight. You know who the new champion's going to be. Steve Willis still yelling at Ariel Duran. Fight's over. And at the bell, a right hand by Duran, but they fall into a hug there for a second. Now you see a smile on the face of Harris. Busted up from headshots. Cut around the right eye. Cut on the forehead. They are, well, Duran is exhausted. As well he should be. Anthony still has a lot of gas in the tank. We know he's going to win it. On my scorecard, 100.
Let's take a look at the final round of the fight, round 10. Round that we think Anthony Harris won, though Duran did land a couple of solid shots. But Harris in control most of the night, despite the cuts over his eye. Did get a knockdown in the fight, although it was a disputed knockdown.
And it's Anthony Harris finishing it strong. Let's see who wins the decision. David Diamante has the scorecards. Let's make this one official. I think we know who's going to win, but David will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here at the Paramount, we go to the judges' scorecards. Kevin Morgan and Carlos Ortiz Jr. both scored this bout 98-91. John McKay scored this bout 97-92. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And still, the New York State Junior Welterweight Champion from Hicksville, New York, Anthony Showtime Harris.
No question about it. That just made it official. And Kara Castronova is moving over now to the brand new New York State Junior Welterweight Champion. There's Anthony Harris. Those cuts which hurt before, holding on to that belt makes it seem so much better. That's kind of like ice on the face. And now, another reason to smile, Kara Castronova with Anthony
Congratulations,
Carperas.
Anthony. You showed a lot of heart out there today. Tell me about the cut in the head, but like, do you feel that it had an effect on your mentality during the fight?
No, you know, I mean, it's a lot of blood. This is the first, I mean, I've been cut before, but this time on top of my head, it was really pouring out. But I mean, I was able to fight through it and stuff, and then I got the one on my eye, and got progressively a little worse. But I mean, you know, I'm a fighter. Fighters fight.
You looked really good in there. Did it take a while for you to figure out his style? I know that he's very evasive and he was headbutting a lot. Was that frustrating?
Well, you know what? I mean, we were both coming forward, so it's going to happen. You know, when we would tie up, our heads would come close. You know, I don't want to say anything was intentional on either end, but it happens. And you know, in the beginning, I was having an easier time, and then I was actually expecting him to die out a little more. And he got like a second win in the middle of the fight, and that's when I had to pick it up too. You know, and I was kind of holding off till the end to pick it up a little bit, but I saw he was coming on a little stronger, like rounds like 5 and 6, so I figured I got to start stepping up and step on the gas.
Well, you did a great job out there. Again, you showed so much heart. Thank you so much for that performance.
I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Can't wait to do this again.
Well, there's no question about it. It was Anthony Carperas winning just about every round in that fight, Jamie.
His first headline fight at the Paramount, he got the job done. His nickname is Showtime. Carperas now improves to 13-2. He's a star. His star is rising. His stock is rising. He got it done once again at the Paramount, Randy.
Well, it was Anthony Carperas, the new junior welterweight champion of New York. For everybody at Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing, thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.